Carolina from Savvy Cat Realty, and today I'm here to talk to you about the fire situation in Portugal. For those of you who don't know, Savvy Cat Realty is a relocation and investment agency that helps expats settle and invest in Portugal. We try to work from a lifestyle and ethical point of view, helping both locals and expats by trying to help expats to make the best purchases possible in order not to raise the prices. We work with both rentals and purchases, so feel free to check our services at www.savvycatrealty.com. So today's topic is a sad one and a recurring one, the fire situation in Portugal. So if you have been following my channel, you probably know that I actually just returned from the US a few days ago. I'm still a bit out of sync with the time difference and everything. And I arrived in Lisbon. I flew to Lisbon, which is also a whole other thing on how Portugal insists that everyone goes to Lisbon, even though Porto and the Algarve have a very high demand, but however, very few flights go to Porto and the Algarve, which is a bit annoying, but it is what it is. So I arrived in Lisbon and took a bus to Caldas because my mother is actually on vacation in the Algarve and couldn't come get me. And I was going to ask my brother to come get me from Porto. However, due to the fire situation, my brother cannot leave Porto because most of the roads are closed. I even have an aunt and a cousin that were trying to go from Porto to Coimbra and have been retained there for 2 days. I know some people have been passing through mostly alternative roads, but things are not very safe. So given that my situation is not extremely urgent, I decided to just move a bit my medical appointments and hopefully things will get better within the next few weeks. So the fire situation, a few days, not a few weeks. And also today I just discovered that TAP, the Portuguese airline, is doing a support campaign where they are promoting I don't know if it's 6 or 8 routes from Lisbon to Porto per day at a flat rate of 38 euros. And I did look at them because, as I said in the beginning, I am currently kind of stuck in Caldas because of the fire situation, and I'm very tempted to take one of these flights. They are at 38 euros for the basic economy and 59 euros for the economy with a bag. So that is definitely very useful. The flight is about 1 hour, and they have a number of flights between Porto and Lisbon being promoted during this week. I don't know if it's going to be 2 weeks or just this week. But for anyone who is in this situation that is worried about traveling during the fires, can definitely be a very good solution. The fire situation in Portugal is recurrent, and it's interesting because once I left California, I was seeing the exact same thing in the California news on the fires and so on. And the climate in California and Portugal is quite similar. However, I think one of the main differences would be the type of vegetation. In Portugal, there is a huge incentive and insistence in eucalyptus plantations. And eucalyptus plantations burn up very easily. It is, however, also an unfortunate fact that these fires are actually mostly man-made. They are set fires. The biggest fires that are happening now are in the Gondomar area and in Albergaria, which is Aveiro surroundings and Porto surroundings area. And they have been putting them out, and new fires have been started during the night or early mornings. And so it is very obvious these are set fires. I have no idea what passes through someone's mind to want to start a fire. It is definitely very damaging for everyone in the environment, and I do hope that whoever is responsible gets swift justice. However, our justice system is not known for being very swift. And I would like to talk to you a bit about the firefighter and the situation that we have regarding firefighting in Portugal. So in Portugal, the Bombeiros Voluntários, which is the volunteer fire corps, actually consists of 2/3 of the total force that is dispatched towards firefighting, and that includes the professional firefighters, though, so the ones that actually have salaries and are employed by municipalities and the governments, are actually a very, very small percentage. It's I was just reading an article where I believe 13,000 forces were dispatched among the GNR, so that's the transit brigade, the police brigade, the firefighter brigades, and the volunteer firefighters. 2/3 of these are volunteer firefighters, and only about 400 something are actually professional firefighters. And the volunteer firefighters tend to get only paid about 30 euros per day. And even the professional firefighters, they do have different tiers to them. But on the first tier, they basically receive minimum wage. So overall, the firefighting forces in Portugal are extremely underpaid, which is very unfortunate. But despite that, we do have a very decent fire response. And like it has been said, a big amount of this is actually volunteer firefighters that only get paid about 30 euros per day for their volunteer work, which is quite sad, to be honest. Another rumor that has been going around is that the fire areas are overlapping with the areas where it has been approved for mineral excavation in Portugal, mostly lithium. I have looked at the maps and I don't think the overlap is all that big, and it does seem like I don't see the advantage, honestly. You do need to clear the plot for the mining, probably, but it would probably be a lot better to just sell the wood instead of burning it. And overall, the areas don't seem to correlate that exactly, to be honest. And there is also some fires in the Jerez area, so the further northern area, which is also quite unfortunate because that is a reserve area with very healthy forests. So I really hope that gets taken under control, as there are forests there that are hundreds of years old, and it would be a shame to lose them. But yes, overall, the fire situation in Portugal is deeply aggravated due to the assistance of the Portuguese people of planting eucalyptus, and Portugal seems to be one of the highest countries when it comes to area of eucalyptus implantations in the world. And we do have some paper factories, and that was one of the big incentives towards these plantations. The wood that is gathered, the eucalyptus are very fast growing and therefore can yield very fast, and therefore are very attractive from a financial point of view. And now that we have paper factories in Portugal, it makes it extra attractive to get to sell them within the country to the factories. So all of this together, ironically, one of the biggest paper factories is actually in Cacia, which is about 10 minutes drive from the Albergaria, which is one of the biggest fire areas right now. And well, that area is definitely full of eucalyptus for that reason. So you can definitely see the correlation there. So overall, I would like to incentivize you to support the volunteer firefighters in our country. As you can see, they are doing a big slice of the work and getting paid very little. And I would say that although this is a very recurring problem in Portugal, it tends to be mostly on the eucalyptus areas, and there are definitely some prevention measures that can be made, such as keeping the lands plot clear, keeping a distance between vegetation and your own home, and when it gets very hot, to wet the land, and when you are close to fires, also wet your property and your land, so it is not as easy to catch fire. Fortunately, although there have been casualties and houses burned down, it has not been in big numbers so far, and hopefully they will not increase any further. And like I said before, most of these fires are set, so they are not due to natural occurrences, which is very unfortunate, and I hope that someday we find a way to prevent this from happening. But for now, we just have to deal with it. So I hope that this not so fortunate update was useful. We post videos every week, so feel free to subscribe. And I hope to see you all next week. If you need more information about our services, check our website at www.savvycatrealty.com or contact us directly at contact@savvycatrealty.com. Bye.